The world is noisy right now. And so I'm in the unsexy world of senior living. And what I mean by that,
you said that's not sexy. Come on.
Sexy. You know, nobody's mad at Nana because she got old, right? You know what I mean? Everybody keeps using this word recession-proof real estate. Well, getting old and passing away is pretty recession-proof. You know, I think about your great-grandmother's great-grandmother a lot, Josh. You know, tell me about her. You know, I mean, like we're on this earth for such a short time, you know? And I feel like I'm in the hugs and kisses business. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to help the adult children who are helping their mom move into senior living at one of the hardest times of their life. Truly, it's one of the hardest times of their life, right? Every decision I make for mom's house is, am I putting the adult children first? Us real estate investors, we're the easy part of this, right? It's everything else. That you and I are brothers and we're going through this experience. It's pretty traumatic. In fact, it's called crisis management. Mm-hmm. And so my business, what I'm excited about from a national level, is we're getting traction in the senior living world from the top down. And I'm teaching my students from the boots bottom up to come up. You know, and so I'm excited because it's working, right? You know, when you set out to do something and then it starts to manifest itself and you see it working, like I'm a proud papa of this baby.
Nice. That's fantastic. You know, interesting story. So literally as we record this, my father has pretty advanced Parkinson's. My audience knows this. I talk about this with them. My dad just fell and broke his hip literally 2 weeks ago. He just had partial hip replacement surgery on Saturday, about 5 days ago as of this recording. And you said two brothers. So I'm managing this with my brother, Mark, who's my former business partner. I have an older brother, Matt, but he lives in Utah. And my mom is a spry, healthy 73-year-old. My dad is very advanced Parkinson's, having trouble walking, having trouble talking. And so this conversation that we're having hits very close to home because, you know, in the next 5 or 10 years, probably won't have my dad or maybe less. And my mom's mom is 93. I just went to see her on Tuesday. I was out looking at a 112 unit apartment building out by Youngstown, Ohio. I went to see my grandmother. She is so spry. It's 93. She was washing her windows on the outside of her house. She fell off and had like a black and blue bruise on her ass. She pulled down her pants to show me her black and blue. So now you've got like grandma, right, who's 93, my kid's great grandmother, 93, still lives alone. She's going through exactly what you're talking about because she has adult children, my mom and her sisters and brother in their 70s. Then you got my dad, and my mom was probably going to be in the same situation as a widow as my grandmother. So I've got this situation happening twice in my own family as we talk about this. That's why I was so excited to have you on. So help me understand now. We know that's your niche. That's what you're excited about. Help me understand if I'm a student of yours or I'm listening as an audience member, even for my own help with my own family situation, what are the specifics that you have to look for? How do you help the family, those adult children, make decisions? How does it become a real estate investment opportunity for you and your students inside their real estate business? And how has that been lucrative for you?
Okay. You are the calling card for what I do, right? What you just said is my story, right? And you said the word hip twice, and it's funny you said that because hip surgeries, the stat is if you're over the age of 60 and you have a hip surgery, half the time you don't move back home. That's right. Have to go to some sort of 24-hour care. That's a staggering, because 60 is not that old. As a 42-year-old, I'm going, that's not that old, you know?
Right.
To me. And so I like what you said too about one brother's in Utah. And the average kid lives 400 miles away from mom. So, you know, we were talking earlier about rehabs and stuff going on in our lives, right? You and I right now. Yeah. How hard is it to get good contractors right now with the market being so hot?
Right.
Damn near impossible, right? And so even a family that, you know, you're a real estate guy. So even the family that has real estate experience, if mom lives 4 states away, how efficient are you going to be at a rehab? Mm-hmm. And so that moment, you know, so what I always like to say is me as an investor, I get to wear my cape. I'm not the doctor that said mom needs 24-hour care. I didn't give him that bad news, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not the financial person at the senior living community that told you that the place we picked out for mom is $8,800 a month. I didn't give him that news. But you and your brothers are looking at each other like, I'm not paying that, or like, how are we going to pay for this, right? It's a simple question. How are we going to pay for this? And Josh, it's always the house. Right. It's that exact moment. You know, I look at, we're all real estate guys, right? We're all doing direct mail and pay-per-click and all this expensive stuff. Why do we do direct mail? Why do we send to people that are over the age of 65 that have equity, that have lived there 20 years? Why? It's because you're trying to find what I have exactly, except for the opposite is, instead of spraying and praying with 10,000 letters a month, this family has said, I need to sell my house. And even better, as much as your listeners are hearing me say, I help the adult children, what I teach you guys how to do is find the stakeholders in the senior living business that have the ear of you and your brother. You, Josh,
Sure.
you and your brother. If you hire what's called a placement agent, that's one of like 10 people I teach about. A placement agent is like a real estate agent for the senior living world. So we're not trained to know what care mom needs or your 93-year-old grandmother needs, right? But that placement agent will come to your house, meet with your mother, understand her demographic, geographic needs, and give you a few suggestions and take you around whatever. And that's a great question. Does your mom need to live near you, near your brother, near her?
Right.
These are questions I can't answer for you. And honestly, the family has such a tough time